Empathy. Being able to understand someone else's perspective is one of the most valuable leadership and communication skills in the world. So it would probably improve your life to get better at it. Unfortunately, you're doing it wrong. See, as kids, we spend our lives focused entirely on ourselves. I have 2 toddlers and it's a constant battle. When my 3-year-old steals a toy from his brother, I sit him down and I say, "How would you feel if I took your toy?" And he says, "Sad." And I say, "So how do you think your brother feels when you take his toy?" And he says, "I don't know." And we think, how do you not get it? One of the most popular ways to understand someone else's perspective was introduced in 1895 in a poem called "Judge Softly" by Mary T. Lathrop, who said that before you judge someone, you should take the time to walk a mile in his moccasins. Over the years, that's turned into many variations of, if you want to understand someone, put yourself in their shoes. Look at it from their perspective. But there's one small problem. It doesn't work. A group of researchers led by N. Epley from the University of Chicago reported 25 experiments trying to test this very idea. Each experiment was different, but all of them had participants trying to make predictions about other people. Things like predicting someone's emotions based on their facial expressions or posture, identifying real versus fake smiles, whether someone's lying or telling the truth, or predicting your spouse's preferences. One group, the control, would just make predictions when asked a question. But a second group was asked to engage in perspective-taking exercises before making their predictions. They would put themselves in the other person's shoes and try to identify how they would feel. Across the board, the second group performed just as poorly, if not worse, than the group who didn't even try to understand them. The only thing that putting yourself in their shoes did was increase the participants' confidence that they were right. So instead of just being wrong, they were wrong and cocky about it. Luckily, they did another experiment to solve this problem. Perspective-taking exercises didn't work, so they gave a third group a set of perspective-getting exercises. These were activities that helped them acquire new information instead of just making guesses based off the limited information they had. And there was a clear winner here. The third group far and away outperformed all the other groups. And one perspective-getting exercise was particularly effective. Are you ready to hear it? If you want to understand someone else's point of view, ask them. And then, listen. It shouldn't be shocking that the best way to understand someone with a different point of view than you is to ask them about it and then pay attention to their answer, but we don't do it very often. You can look at any online argument and see that, except for my comment sections, because honestly my commenters are phenomenal. 67% of all divorces list communication issues as the primary cause of divorce. Even just consider your first crush as a teenager and how unwilling you were to ask your crush if they were interested. That would be perspective getting, but instead when we're interested in someone, we turn our lives into spy thrillers as we try to decode every subtle hint that they might give off, which those 25 experiments just indicated we are probably going to get wrong anyway. Honest and helpful communication, like perspective getting, is kind of scary. It takes being vulnerable and humble, which is hard, but it's really the only way to build meaningful, trusting relationships, and it drastically cuts down on arguments and misunderstandings. So keep your own shoes on, and just ask other people about their shoes, and you can make the world a better place. Did you know that I take this very message to schools to help educators and students learn the skills they need to eliminate conflict and be more successful? If you attend, work at, or know of a school that needs this message, leave me a comment or reach out at dallincooper.com and I will be there to help.